What's up guys, it's your boy Ruin. We are back for another Kuro no Kiseki video, and this time we have got a lot of information from this week's Famitsu magazine scans. So a lot of different stuff, a lot of things for us to go over. The two overall main things here is we have got 5 new characters, as y'all can see. Each of them associated with the dark side, all bad guys, they're all evil, and they're literally, that's what the vibe is, that's what the description is. After that is the hype, because we have finally got more information on Grendel. So, without any further ado, let's get into today's video. First up to bat, we have got Melchior over here, and automatically, just by his name, I hate him. I already hate this man. If you played Tales of Berseria, you know why. Okay? I do not like him. I don't like his look. Look at his face. He gives me very bad vibes just from his posture, his weapon, the way he's holding that thing, that smirk of his, those eyes. I'm not a fan of everything. Melchior over here is one of the 3 leaders for Armata. Armata being that mafia organization group that's operative in Calvard. And again, remember, recall back, Sao Lee is trying to investigate into the Armata. Apparently, this guy over here was a part of another organization before he joined in with the Armata. So, I want to know what this organization is. Could it potentially be the Garden? What was that other organization? Because I highly doubt he was just an ordinary citizen. Some way, they described them as being selfless. Somebody explain that one to me, because I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it with my 20/20 vision eyes. I don't see it. For his weapons of choice, he uses large knives. That's fun. And he also uses special bakudans that have different effects. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Do they mean like paralysis, poisoning, muting? Is that what they're trying to say? By different effects? I don't know. But he has different various bakudans, and he uses large kitchen knives. So he likes to mess with the people's mind and body and really like break them down. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as we interact with this boy, I'm finna destroy him. Melchior takes on various missions, none of which are predictable, so he doesn't have any sort of like pattern to what missions he takes. There's no sort of linearity. Like if you were to graph it, you'll be completely scattered. Some of the examples of the missions he takes is manipulation, sabotage, and assassination. Melchior's VA is going to be done by Shota AOI, and I have no idea who this man's is. He's done a various amount of acting jobs for anime, none of which I'm aware of. Next up, we have got Viola. What a unique name, right fam? Viola, because you know, it's totally not based off the hair color of her hair. Her design is okay. It's alright. She has some very interesting style. You know what I'm saying? Her weapon, we'll talk about in a second here. She's got some nice boots. She's got the leggings. She's got the weaponry on the thighs. You see what I'm saying? Don't get fooled by the plot, fam. Do not. I'm warning y'all. Okay? Because she is also one of the 3 leaders of Armata, along with Melchior, and she sees Melchior as a rival, so she is extra motivated to inflict pain and suffrage, so don't get fooled. Now, her weapon over here, and this weapon is called a needle gun. My question with this, where does she get this? Where did she get these weapons? Where did Melchior get his freaking weapons too? Like, where are these things coming from? This needle gun fires off dozens of needles, shredding the opponents. Now, what I thought about it in my head is actually Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. That's what I thought in my head because of, you know, that one episode against I think it's Ginkaku. I don't freaking remember the name. But it was all those needle spikes that was attacking him at the atomic level with all those needles. That's what this made me think of. So I'm curious to see how dangerous is that weapon. She's clearly dangerous. Where does this weapon from? How is this going to play a role in terms of the combat side of things? Like, is it going to have any special effect? She is also devoted to the boss to spread, quote-unquote, fear. Once again, fear, which is going to be a common theme throughout all of these 5 new characters. And also gotta remember, Grendel, I believe Grendel was termed as a nightmare clad in armor. So nightmare, fear, Kuro no Kiseki. I believe Kuro no Kiseki direct translations is trails into the black or something like that. If you know Japanese, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that Kuro means black or darkness or something. So clearly fear, darkness, nightmare, all of that is the sort of overall overarching theme of this game. So I'm very interested in seeing what that's all about. Her VA is Nozomi Yamamoto, and I don't really know this person at all, like most of their works. However, she did do something with Sword Art Online. This brute over here is Alexandre, and his design is kind of nice. My favorite part is literally just the gauntlets. These gauntlets looks freaking insane. Like, why is it so unrealistically, freaking neededly huge, if that's a word? Like, why is it so massive? His design is overall just kind of, I think it's average. His design is kind of average. Oh, also, he is the remaining last third leader for Armata. Believe it or not, this guy over here, Alexandre, was actually a former government official. He was a GOVT official. What? Nani? What is happening? And apparently a sudden incident happened that made him have to flee. So he fled his hometown, went to Calvert, and that's where he met the boss of Armata and he got recruited into there. So, what is this so-called event that got a freaking government official to become Double Dark 30? Like, what is happening right now? Supposedly, he is calm and collected, but once he enters battle, he goes absolutely insane. He goes on a rampage, but utterly ballistic with his gauntlets over here. So, gauntlets, hand-to-hand combat. I want to see Jin, Batsek, Direwolf, and this guy, Alexandre, go at it. I want to see the three of them go at it on a 1v1v1, just all-out battle royale. Like the other leaders in this mafia group, he also idolizes the boss for, guess what? Instilling fear. And also apparently he's looking for a place to kick the bucket to croak. I don't know what that's about. His VA is Tarusuke Shingaki. And again, I've been really familiar with any of the works that this person did. However, they have done VAs for multiple anime. He voiced Konami Date in AI Somnium Files. These next two, I'm very interested in because they are giving off some major red flags. First is this massive behemoth of a man over here. His name is Arioch the Massacre, and Massacre is right because look at his halberd. Look at his halberd. Why is this thing so big? This halberd is gigantic, it is scary, it is menacing, and why does it look like it has an eyeball? It kind of reminds me of that one character from Soul Calibur. I can't freaking remember the name, man. First thing that goes straight into my mind is this armor right here. It reminds me a lot of a certain, let's just say, emperor. It reminds me of a certain emperor that appeared in one of the Kiseki games, and I find that kind of appealing. I find that similarity jarring. So does that mean he's a part of the garden? He likes the idea of the boss of instilling fear and conquering through fear. What a shock. That's why he's cooperating with them. So what organization is he from? Why is he here? What is he doing? He massacres, and he actually does it to thieves and Jaegers in the eastern regions. Why he takes down thieves and Jaegers in the eastern region specifically, I have no idea. The reasons are unknown apparently, and he's just a huge mystery. This guy's just a huge mystery. He has resemblance and designs to a certain person that kind of sets me up and gives off red flags. He's literally just cooperating with the Armata just because he wants to cause fear. He's a, like, what is this man's? Like, what is your deal, bro? He goes by Invisible Tempest because he destroys everybody. He obliterates anybody in his path, no matter who they are, where they're from, into nothing, including witnesses. He leaves nothing behind. They all just disappear. And look at this. Look at Elaine, the Sword Maiden. She said, I ain't scared of you, punk. Come here, line up and come get this work because I'm gonna make you kneel. His voice actor is Tsuyoshi Koyama. And the main thing I know him for, Arioch the Massacre, is gonna have the same VA as Basil from Dragon Ball Super, and I find that kind of interesting. Out of this 5, she is probably the one I'm most interested in. First of all, her name is Olympia of Gold, and I can't get a read on her. Look at her face. Look at her face, emotionless, a poker face. I can't get anything out of this. There's no information to be had. And I really like her design. You know what I'm saying? She's dripped out, she's jewelried out. And I really like the sort of like, well, I guess you could say like a bandaged mummy-ish design. It's not really a mummy, but the bandaged design. Kind of like how Velvet Crow from Berseria has on her dragon arm. For those of you that played the Tales of Berseria game. My only thing is, she's mysterious. She has basically no identity. Like, nobody know, like, we don't know where she's from, what organization she's part of, where is she coming from, why is she involving herself with the Armata. Besides the fact she's interested in the boss's idea of fear. Of course. This right here is her weapon. Olympia of Gold uses a doll, kind of like a combat shell, essentially a doll, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's made out of platinum. So, who made this? Cause, who made it? Here's another screenshot with her weapon here. She's kind of just chilling it on its arm. I mean, it's like, look at this, the same facial expressions. Her facial expressions don't change, nothing changes. What's up with this weapon? Why does this weapon have so much plot? What is going on over here? One last picture, again, look at her face, it never changes. Now, also, she sees people in general as objects, including herself, her allies, and enemies. So, that's not a good sign. Her VA is Asami Sato, and she was the voice actor for Raptalia in The Rising of the Shield Hero and Nobara in Jujutsu Kaisen. It is finally time to talk about the main protagonist, the main MC, the man with the spiky haired drip, the Chad, Von Arkwright, Mare, and most importantly, Grendel. First things first, when you transform into Grendel, you actually enter a mode called Grendel Battle. It's essentially your turn-based commands, your input commands. However, it's specifically called Grendel Battle. As we can see right here, it says Grendel. And in this Grendel mode, you get 2 actions per turn. Insane. You get 2 actions per turn, but that's not all. You can also activate a boost that increases your number of actions to 3 in a turn. 3 actions in a turn? What in the... Dude, what? For Grendel's basic attacks, he essentially has 2 moves. He's got a quick blow and a heavy kick. Now, for the quick blow, it is literally the most basic melee attack. It does the least amount of damage. So what I'm equating this to is it's the Kiseki's version of Mach Punch in Pokemon. That's essentially what it is. Kind of like a quick hit type of thing. But it also reduces defense. Personally, I'm not too much of a fan of lowering defense for bosses, but against other enemies, lowering defense can be useful for ones that don't really have a high defense or like a lot of HP and whatnot. So that can be a nice little thing, and it's also single targeting. Single targeting, weak melee attack that lowers defense. The heavy kick over here, as y'all can see, it's a kick, and can y'all imagine getting hit in the face, in the nostrils by this freaking foot that's clad in nightmare armor? What is really nice about the heavy kick is that it actually lowers magical attack. It lowers the opponent's magical attack, which I like a lot more than lowering defense. It's very interesting. This screenshot right here is showing a physical craft called Savage Hands. And Savage Hands is right. It attacks multiple enemies, so it has AoE. It's an AoE move. He utilizes a blade that's made out of shards. Now, I believe shards meaning like basically the materialization of ether. That's what I believe they meant by what the shards of what he's using. Kind of reminds me of Goku Black. And it has a long range because, you know, look at his nails. Look at his nails. He's got the blade coming out of his hand, kind of like Goku Black, extending his range. So he's got long range, it's AoE, and he lowers speed. So this kind of sounds like a kind of nice physical craft that has it's a little bit broken. I'm expecting a high damage. I'm expecting a lot of multiple targets to get hits. I'm expecting great AoE range, nice animations, and lowering speed, which is nice. Grendel is going to have an S-Craft. Grendel is going to have an S-Craft, so I hope that means that Von Arkwright has 2 S-Crafts. I'm hoping that means he has 2 S-Crafts, one in his normal state, one in his Grendel form, and not that his S-Craft is locked behind this mode. Because if his S-Craft is locked behind Grendel Battle Phase and the Grendel mode transformation, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. I'm gonna be a little bit triggered, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm really hoping he has multiple S-Crafts. Now, this S-Craft is called Regal Strike, and he's going to engulf his body in blue flames, which we could see right here, and he's gonna go to work, essentially. And I cannot wait to see this animation. Here's the other screenshot they showed for the S-Craft. I have no idea how this is going to look in game, but I cannot wait to see an S-Craft animation, let me tell y'all. The last screenshot right here is showing Von in his Grendel form fighting alongside his party. So I'm assuming this happens later on in the story, kind of like once Von, you know, kind of masters his ability a little bit. He gets a little bit more in tune, in depth with it, and he can like control it better, like Rain and his Spirit Unification. And you're actually able to use it with the other party. Now, I find this very interesting because even though we're in turn-based mode and we've got the other party members, when you control Grendel, he's still in Grendel mode. He can do his multiple actions within a turn. And then you have the other party members operating as usual, and he can actually link. Like, Grendel can link with Fairy or Auron or Agnes, like as if he was just regular Vaughn. So I find this sort of interaction very interesting. I cannot wait to see how this gameplay plays out in-game. And just overall, I'm just very excited for Chrono Kiseki. Like, this game looks hype. Anyways, y'all, that's my thoughts. That's everything. That's the breakdown of the characters and their descriptions, along with taking a look at some of the screenshots. Let me know your thoughts on all the 5 new characters in the comment section down below. Which ones are you most excited for? What do you think about them in general? If you played Hajimari, what do you think about what I said about those 2 characters? What do you think about those 2 if you played Hajimari? I'm very interested in saying, because y'all know my theories. Now, that being said, that is it from your boy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did enjoy the video, then like the dang video. Have a great rest of your day. Good luck with school, work, whatever you guys got going on, fam. And I will see you all in the next one, because I'm assuming there may be at least one more Kuro update reveal before the game comes out. But for right now, I am out of here. Take care, fam. I'll see you guys later. Peace.